Hello YouTube, this is Tammy Pie and I'm back with another video. I'm here today to do a kind of an in-depth walkthrough, I guess, not exactly first impressions, but an early review of the Moonshadow Tarot. This is not a deck that I've seen around much, and I'm not sure why. Maybe it's not a super popular publisher. On the back of the box here is the publisher's website, Ibiza Tarot, and they have like a ton of decks, many decks. I got through about 10 of the first pages. Many of them are majors only decks or little oracle decks, and there's just a bunch. There's a bunch. This box is not great. It is doesn't have the thumb holds, so I can't even open it. But you know me, I keep my stuff in bags anyway, and what you can do if you decide to keep your deck in the box is you can put a little ribbon in it, and then when you close it up, you can use the ribbon to pull the top off the bottom. Okay, so first of all, the imagery is very interesting. It's very regular 5 suit tarot deck, 22 majors, wands, cups, swords, pentacles, and the guidebook is RWS meanings, but with a little added tilt. There's usually a little more in there that follows the artwork, where it is a little less RWS, but it is very RWS based. Okay, so you won't get lost with this deck, I guess is what I'm trying to say. This is a black and white printed interior. It's regular paper, very easy to read font in my opinion. Set up, like I said, super traditionally. It's a little bit poetic, but not poetry. Upright and reversed meanings. Yeah, it's fine. It's great. And actually, a lot of times I don't even look at little white books, but this one is worth looking at once in a while. It's got some really nice keywords, so I like it. I like the little white book. And the cards are a little large. Let me find an RWS sized card. This is a Deviant Moon extra, so I'm pretty sure it's pretty RWS. So they're kind of big, right? Maybe oracle sized. The stock is a little bit shiny, but not super shiny. It's not as thick as a shiffer, so it actually does riffle okay. I will probably edge this. I was thinking whether I wanted to do like a fancy edging on it. I'm not sure. I might just do like a black or a brown. We'll see. We'll see what I decide to do. So we're like 4.5 minutes in. And here we go. And here's the Harley Davidson. Hi, neighbor. Okay, so let's look at the cards. Let's just go through it for a minute. So like I said, very RWS. And the backs are this lovely kind of watercolor splotch design, which is totally reversible. So I appreciate that. Well, there you go. You got the the gloss. Okay? So the Fool, you got your dog. She's in a little hoodie. And it's this kind of dark, dreamy, foresty, and the characters look to be almost entirely children or little kind of birds and animals, and some of them are monsters. The Magician, the little moon there. I'm going to do it like this so you can keep looking at the cards, because they really are both adorable and creepy. So it reads a little Addams Family, I guess. She's actually got a book, right? And not a curtain, but she's got the moon up there. And it looks like with the actual moon right behind it. Kind of cool. Here's the Empress sitting on a cliff. Interesting. With her back to the cliff. That would be interesting in a reading, right? Here's the Emperor. And this looks to be a guy with a mask on. And maybe even this thing is facade. So is he kind of faking his authority? I don't know. That would be interesting in a reading too. I find that the artist's rendition of this stuff is thought-provoking. Okay? So, and then there's our Hierophant, and look at him far below the two birds. I also think that juxtaposition is really interesting. And then here, there's like these two little white, could be birds, could be leaves. This guy is looking at it. So you could follow the like little pops of black and white. You could follow the birds. Again, there's little crows here. There's mountains in the back. It's this little briefcase. I like this because the angel is them, right? Here we have the Chariot. Looks like dogs pulling the chariot with a kind of catbird creature in the back. I don't know, this is pretty interesting. I like his hat. Here we have Strength, and you've got a lion. And again, you've got this little, could be an egret. I like the mistiness of this artwork. Here's the Hermit. He looks like an old wizard. I like that. Same cliff though, right? Is it the same cliff? Let's see. That's a different cliff. No, it's a different cliff. Huh, interesting. Okay. Wheel of Fortune with all these animals on it. I love it. Love it. There's some on the inside. The bigger ones are at the top. Really cute. Love that Wheel of Fortune. And I don't love all Wheel of Fortunes. That one is really adorable. Justice with the uneven scales. And then here that pop of white is a flower, and it looks like a moth maybe. There's the Hanged Man. Interesting because it looks like the rope is hanging off his neck upside down. So that's giving something completely else, right? Here's Death. Everyone always wants to see the Death card. Very interesting. You've got the castle walls in the background. It almost looks like post-apocalyptic, right? And this horse is giving Trojan horse to me. Death has kind of a skull, and there's people riding on his horse. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Here we have Temperance. And to me, this looks like she's feeding the birds. Different way of looking at Temperance, eh? And this big black bird instead of an angel. Here's the devil with the chains hooking up his horns. He seems to be the thing that is in chains. Very interesting. You have Tower. In fact, you know what? Let's put the devil aside and read on that in a minute. The Tower's cool. Again, it's got kind of a Mad Max feeling, right? Thunderdome. The Star. Maybe panning for gold. The moon. I love this moon. To see the little face in the moon. And the wolf is the white on the moon, and the dog is down by the house. Interesting. Very interesting. And then here we got little Rocky Horror. There is a light in the darkness of everybody's night. Here's the sun. Not super sunny, but hey, interesting. Judgment. I thought this is funny because usually these horns look like they're like really putting it out there. This one looks like it's just like, but it's still scaring this bird in the bushes. And then the world, which very subtle world, does not have a lot of our world iconography. There are no animals in the corner. There's no dancing. There's no red veil or the conjunction of the gods. You know, the man-woman figure. None of that. It's just this quiet child faced out to the world, ready to go. So that's interesting to me. All right. Here we are in the wands. This is the Ace of Wands. Adorable. Two of Wands. Could be a little globe there. She's doing like a Harlem Globetrotters spin on the tip of her finger. Got a bird right here. Three of Wands. Looking out. There's a ship down in the water right off the cliff. Is that the same cliff? I don't know. It's a whole world of cliffs, isn't it? Four of Wands. This is reading a little bit lovers to me. But also, yeah, it's cute. She looks like, oh my God, like maybe it's a shotgun wedding. Five of Wands. Not super fraught, but you know, maybe these guys are coming to destroy this scarecrow or something. This cat has a hilarious posture. Six of Wands. Easy. Seven of Wands. Yeah, she's on high ground. You don't see her what she's defending herself from, but 8 of Wands. That's a little harder to get the RWS out of, but I guess you could look at the spring leaves coming in on that tree. 9 of Wands. Looks like a line of birds standing guard. And 10 of Wands. She's carrying a bunch of little sapling trees. Here's our page standing. Knight riding. Queen of Wands with her sunflower. And although there are cats in this deck, I don't really see a cat here. But he could be hiding. There's the King of Wands seated in his little throne with a little torch. Here we have Ace of Cups. This looks like a guy's head, doesn't it? Body there. Interesting. And then instead of water flowing out, we've got steam coming up. 2 of Cups. Three of Cups. I love that this looks like a little game night. We had game night last night. It was my mom's birthday. Had a really good time. We played Dixit. 4 of Cups. How interesting is that? 4 little lights. She looks like she's trying to avoid the spotlight a little bit. 5 of Cups. I don't even see the spilled cups, but you can imagine them, which is interesting. And there are 2 buckets in front of him. 6 of Cups. This is cute. I like that. I like the little owl too. 7 of Cups. That's a good one. 8. I'm so tired of all these cups. I'm going to read that one too. 9 of Cups. Cute. And 10 of Cups. There's your page. Adorable. Knight. Queen. Looks like she's got a pot on her head instead of a... Is that an owl? King of Cups. Interesting. Here's your Ace of Swords. I actually got this in a reading, and I did find it troubling that the sword isn't more swordy in this ace. But you can work with that. 2 of Swords. 3 of Swords. Not poking through, just with a heart there. 4 of Swords. Sitting down in the forest. Make sure you remember which way you're going. 5 of Swords. I love his creepy little face. With the one missing eye. 6 of Swords. The face of the moon. 7 of Swords. I also got this one. And this one works. 8 of Swords. A little trapped in his own head. 9 of Swords. Look at all these lights hanging. 10 of Swords. Page standing. Knight not riding. Did he lose his horse? Queen. King. He looks like Red Chief a little bit. Yeah. All right, and we're down to Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. 2. 3. 4. 5 of Pentacles. It's pretty traditional. I'm going to read this 4 too. Just think it's interesting. 6 of Pentacles. Again, it reads like she's feeding those birds. 7 of Pentacles. 8. Birdhouses, maybe? 9 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles. Let's see all the people in the back. There's the page standing. The knight riding. There's a queen. All the nature. And the king looks like an owl. Oh my God. Okay. All right. Let's look in the guidebook at a couple of these entries and see what you think. Okay, let's start with our little devil here. And everything's in order, so it's super easy to find. The devil. Divinatory meaning: black magic, discontent, depression, illness, wrong use of force, bondage to the material, sensation divorced from understanding. Reversed, the beginning of spiritual understanding, removing the chains of bondage to the material, timidity, failure to make decisions, the overcoming of pride and self-interest. So very interesting keys to that. It's a short, simple, simple one, but I think it's a little different. It's got all you need, right? All right, 8 of Cups. Here we go. Things thrown aside as soon as gained. Never heard that before. Journeying from place to place, misery and repining without cause, disappointment in love, the seeker may desire to leave material success for something higher, success abandoned. And reversed is interest in success, joy, feasting, a new love, spiritual abandon for the material. Again, I have not heard of all those things. Okay. 4 of Pentacles. I wonder if they're adding together their own. Anyway, divinatory meaning. It goes to the second page. Assured material gain, success, earthly power but leading to nothing beyond it, gifts, legacy, inheritance, may indicate a miserly, ungenerous character. Maybe that's what the mask is about. And reversed is prejudice, covetousness, suspicion, hindrances, setbacks in material ambitions, the spendthrift too free with money, and the chance of loss of earthly possessions. All right. So, little RWS, little different. These cards are a little large, but the cardstock is actually kind of bendy. So let's see what we get. So the gloss on them makes them pretty swooshy. And the relative thinness of the stock makes it easy to shuffle despite their large size. So I'm getting a pretty good mix with this. I really like this. It's unusual in my collection. Like I said, this company has 77 pages of products. So I only got through like the first 10 pages. And there was actually a thing or two that I might check into because they had some interesting stuff. So I will report back if I decide to go back there and purchase something. But yeah, huge catalog. I was surprised. I'd never heard of this company before. But I guess people are funny about majors only, right? Generally, the only people that are really using majors only are Marseille readers. And even then, you don't see a lot of people saying, "Oh, this is my majors only. Let's read with that today." You know who does? Camellia Elias. Okay. So, energy for the day, 7 of Pentacles. That works because I'm here at the Academy doing laundry for days. My son is here visiting, so every other minute I have to spare, I'm out doing stuff with him. We actually got to go do a manta ray snorkel trip the other day. One of my son's students runs the company, and he took us out, and we swam with the manta rays. It was wild. So, 7 of Pentacles, getting all that work done seems endless, and it is, but hey, the joy is in the journey. And the star, beautiful star. There is always something that is maybe invisible to everyone else, that if you're actually looking, you will see. I noticed when we were going out on the boat, we went with a bunch of, with a, it's a business. So there's like 5 other people there. But people weren't looking at the sky, at the moon. It was a gorgeous night. And when you're out on a boat like that, it's really, really dark. So the stars are beautiful. So keep your eye open for that little magical something that appears in the dark. And then we've got the 6 of Pentacles here. Remember to give. Give as much as you'd like to get. Sometimes it's hard nowadays, but there is joy in sharing with people and, buying somebody a cup of coffee, staying and sitting and talking to somebody who needs a little company, making that phone call you've been thinking about, your friend. Remember people that remember you. And I love it. I love this deck. I think it is very interesting. It's a little different. It holds a new place in my practice, and I really appreciate the gift, Nancy. So thank you for coming.